Hey, Sasha, we've got a Q&A request from the boss of horror.
The who?
You know, that guy on the YouTube. The boss of horror. Here's a clip.
And here I always thought I was in charge.
Ha! You wish.
So what does he want?
Well, first he asks, what is your favorite horror film?
Well, if you saw my first review, and please don't watch it, it's that bad.
Well, you know, I love Humanoids from the Deep, aka Monster, directed by Barbara Peters in 1980 and starring Doug McClure. Echo horror, fishmen raping women, and genetic manipulation with effects by Rob Bottin. It can't be beat. A close second to my heart is Rituals, also known as The Creeper, directed by Peter Carter and starring Hal Holbrook in 1977. A bunch of doctors get menaced in the woods in northern Ontario during a getaway camping trip. Very much a proto-Saw film with 70s slow burn horror. He also wants to know if you like horror remakes.
Well, that's kind of a double-edged question. If done right, they can be great.
Take for example John Carpenter's The Thing from 1982. It's a remake of The Thing from Another World from 1951. Then you have The Fly from 86 by Cronenberg, it being a remake of the 1958 classic from Kurt Newman. If done right, remakes can be great. The problem is, most people are remaking franchises that may only be 20 years old or less, and they're only doing it to make a quick buck on the name alone. That, or they feel American audiences wouldn't understand the original foreign product and do a whole overhaul, missing the point. Remakes have potential, but only when they aren't a cash grab and are done with love. So, in the movies, do you like the blood and the gore, or is it more about scares?
And that's kind of the problem with the genre today. There's way too much splatter porn out there, and way too many jump scares.
Blood, gore, and scares are pointless without a story. Why should I care about this character getting the piss scared out of her and utterly mutilated if you've given me no reason to like her as a person? How many times must a cat jump out of nowhere for a cheap jolt before it gets old? Older movies told a story without showing much. They built real tension, drama, and characters. Now it's just about the effects and meatiness of it. Give me a story and some good characters, a reason why they're getting cut up. Otherwise, you can have the best monsters, blood, and gore out there, and I'll still say, no thanks. What do you think of horror films becoming television series?
Do you mean like Scream, Bates Motel, and Teen Wolf? I'll pass.
They all get watered down and convoluted into something that doesn't resemble the original product. Sure, movies have sequels, but for the most part, they're a standalone 110-minute affair or less. The scares lose their punch when you wait weeks or months for the next episode to see the payoff. Look at The Walking Dead. It's better as a comic. It's hemorrhaging viewers as a TV series. Maybe if it's something that's written exclusively for TV and not based on another property, it might work. Look at Twin Peaks. People still talk about that. Overall, I'll wait for it on home video or Netflix. Thank you very much. Finally, he wants to know, who is your favorite horror icon?
Has anyone been watching the recent reviews? I mean, come on. I think it's kind of obvious.
Of course it's Lieutenant Ellen Ripley, last survivor of the Nostromo and the Sulaco. She's just a strong, empowered female role model in a genre rife with scream queens and shrieking memes. She stood up against her crew and Alien trying to keep things quarantined and proved she was a badass in that film as well as the other. She takes charge and kicks ass. Just like someone else we know.
You better believe it, EM. Hey, thanks for the questions, Boss of Horror. Until next slime, take scare and creep it real.
As always, we wish you unpleasant screams, Boss of Horror.